When the city of Vinton put the naming of a new park up for a vote more than 2 weeks ago, there was very little indication it would go so wrong.
Well, the whole scene ending without comment from the public. Ian was at the meeting last night and has why councilors' decision left many feeling worse than when they walked in.
This is a story you'll only see here on 9.
What was supposed to be a friendly community engagement project spiraling into a war of words between the families of Coach Jose Medel and Alfredo Martinez. After allegations of the website being hacked and the vote getting more than 146,000 votes more than people live in the town, council going into executive session for 45 minutes, then voting to scrap the other names.
In light of the recent conflict, divisions and allegations that have emerged during the park naming process, the village council is of the opinion that it is the best interest of the community for the council to make the final naming decision independently.
And go with Acacia Park, the room of mostly Coach Medel's supporters who lost the original allegedly compromised vote, left with anger and tears.
Coach Medel was a father figure to a lot of students here in the Vinton Canoteo community.
This almost felt like we lost him again. It brought back bad feelings. Like, you know, we shouldn't have to go through this again, you know, especially his family.
Me and my partner, Coach, we're just going to continue to work in his name and his honor because he made a very big impact in our school, and, you know, we're going to continue his legacy.
I reached out to my contacts in the Martinez family. They wonder why council, quote, made people go through all the stress for 2 weeks just to name it something else.
Well, City Council had an extra long meeting last night with multiple presentations. They had a whole budget workshop and planning for a November election, but there was no time for public comment given for that park.
Well, the city sending us a statement after the meeting saying, quote, in light of the recent conflict, division and allegations, the village council is of the opinion that it is in the best interest of the community for the council to make the final naming decision independently, end quote. And Ian, you were at the meeting last night. You mentioned in the story there were some sort of allegations of the page actually being hacked. Can you explain how? And did the city council even address what happened with that?
Well, yeah, let's talk about the hacking first. Sources that I talked to that are close to the situation say that in sort of the later days of the vote, in the last week or so of the vote, if you voted for Sergeant Martinez, he would receive 10 votes online. So one click for 10 votes.
So they saw the numbers
change.
change.
If you voted for Coach Medel, he would only receive 1. Now, I talked to another person who was a cybersecurity expert, and he says, yeah, there was no CAPTCHA on there. There was no security barrier at all, and that was never addressed at City Council. I never got a chance to address City Council. I stayed till 8:30 during this whole budget meeting, and I stepped out for 5 minutes to go talk to our photographer about what we were going to do about this story. In those 5 minutes, Council exited the premises.
Disbanded. Okay.
Disbanded. I sat there for 2 hours and I never got a chance to talk.
And neither did the people who were there.
And that's right. Neither did all of the 40 or 50 people that were there get a chance to talk about the park. So, and then in terms of Acacia Park.
Yeah, so that's what was interesting to me. So the park wasn't named neither after Coach Medel or Martinez.
Right.
So why did they choose Acacia?
Never got a comment on that either.
No reason.
Either in session or after session, I asked for comment from the mayor and the councilwoman that proposed that name. Neither of them wanted to talk to me at council. So I was searching for Acacia Park. I was searching for Acacia anything and related to Vinton or El Paso.
Couldn't
find any reference, and I think now both families really feeling sort of like a, well, I guess we're chopped liver.
Disappointed. Yeah. Well, absolutely good story.
Well, thank you, Carl. I really appreciate that. It took a while. It was a team effort, that's for sure. Taking a look at your